Channels Call Me Love, back at you with another live stream message. I feel good about it. Actually, correction, I feel great about it. Hopefully, you feel magnanimous. All right. And welcome if you're new here. Welcome if you are one of my A1 day ones. Welcome. Much love and light to you, collective. Just the same. All right. So one moment. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so I do need some hydration. So there's that. You guys, make sure you're drinking your actual fruit juices, like not juicy juice, not adult juice, right? Like you really have to like mix it all in there, especially because, you know, as they say, variety is the spice of life. So there's that. But I digress. Okay. I technically have two piles today, but I didn't really want to make it like, oh, pick a pile message because I feel like, quite frankly, pile number one maybe has a larger demographic referable to the audience potentiality to resonate with it. Okay. And pile number two, I don't know what to say about it. Like, I feel like, my goodness, we have talked about this and talked about this and talked about this. But then hear me out though, right? Because then there's like differences in like some of the nuances or some of the events in the history. So I'm like, hey, you know, who am I to judge? I'm not here to manipulate the cards or the messages, right? So hear me out on pile number two, because I feel like collectively we're all gonna go like, and like we've heard, right? But there is some differences. It's almost like each and every time or every other time. And I don't know if that's because a large majority of the collective are going through similar aspects, okay? Because that could be the case too, you guys. And a lot of times I'm on here and I'm talking, I'm channeling, and I don't know exactly what all I'm saying, right? People come to me and they think like, oh yeah, like you were literally in my bedroom. I'm like, no, you know that's not the case, right? So it just is what it is. It's interesting being on this side of the the energy, right? Because it's really an infinite possibility type of situation when I'm dealing with even one pile to the next as far as who may all resonate with it. But just a heads up, because I just felt like this morning I was like, okay, pile number two, here we are again. Like, buddy, just buck up and do it already, kind of thing. So there's that. But pile number one seems to be high key, way more connected to business vibes. And pile number two, we're talking love. Okay. Um, so yeah. I don't have any indicators. Actually, you know what? No, dead ass. Yes, I do. Okay, correction. Right. Because for some odd reason, right? Even before I knew it was a pick a pile situation, I was just doing my thing, right? And I was guided to put this double terminated crystal, quartz crystal specifically, over the devil card energy and the high priestess card energy for pile number one. And again, we're talking business, right? This ain't no karmic X or anything, right? And pile number two, you know what's crazy is it kept coming out about the protection connected to this. And I just quickly on the fly, but nothing just happens, you guys. So pay attention to the synchronicities, because you too, in your own right, in your own forms and measures, are channelers, right? So as you pay attention to the signs, to your environments, and maybe read them with a new lens of perception. I keep trying to make up words. Um, Interestingly enough, and green is a color of some significance for pile number two here. All right, whether you rock with the ruby zoisite or not, okay, or with the unakite or not, because that came out for you actually, interestingly enough. And I don't really have any crystals to talk about for pile number one. So there's that. Nothing just happens, guys. This is pile number one's moniker, as it were, or indicator, marker, and pile number two with that ruby zoisite Hamza. Okay, so let's get to it. All right. Here's the sit, you guys. I understand it's Saturday, but I also kind of want you to hang out with me for a little bit. So I'm going to ring the bell. I haven't forgotten about doing my duties, as it were, to gift you the free tarot readings, right? But here's another one we could talk about too. And I really appreciate you guys hanging on with me, okay, to assist getting the watch hours up as well, but also to assist me with really honing in on your energies so that for the channeled aspect of the tarot cards from one pile to the next, I can actually really get in there to the nitty gritty and be a lot more specific for this general collective message, utilizing aspects of your energy that you are exchanging with the channel. Makes sense? I'm an energy reader, guys, not just a tarot reader. So serious, okay? So there's a lot to this. Thank you for those that have gone ahead and hit the like. I really appreciate you for that. And for those that maybe are really itching to get a free tarot reading, but you have not yet um, understood that there's rules. Guess what? There's rules to this, right? And you got to check the description box below. It's not below every video on this channel. So serious, right? And you got to scroll a bit. Not gonna lie to you, I have a lot to share with my collective, those who really are on my team, my type of time, my timeline, my vibe, right? So I don't see any problem with that, but just a heads up, you gotta scroll. And I'm not ashamed of that. Okay, so check for the live stream rules. You'll find them if you put forth the effort and if you don't give up. Okay, ask for help if you should find the need. There's no harm in that. Okay, however, please don't be that one that comes on talking about, I checked them and I followed all of the rules, because karmic repercussions. And it's really not about me. I'm not bippity bopping anything about anyone or anywhere, right? And at this point, it's not even a situation where it's me putting prayers and petitions, please and thank you, hand down karmic justice. No, I just know my guides don't play about me. And so, karmic justice will ensue. Heads up, that's me loving and lighting you, nonetheless, whether you give a rat's ass about me or not. So serious, right? It just is what it is. And you guys, heads up, I'm not for everyone, right? We talk a lot about a lot of stuff on here, and it's not always for the faint of heart, okay? And I don't mind, because I feel like just like dark and light are necessary. Same deal with talking about some of that harsher stuff, some of the harder things, all right? Can't be all roses and candy. Can't even be all love and light all the time, right? In all the ways. So there's that, okay? So thank you for hanging out. I really hope you're enjoying your Saturday. And just in case you weren't sure whether you were or not, please stick around. I'm sure you'll be afforded a laugh or two, right? Or at least some aspect of amusement, if I do say so myself. And that's not me tooting my horn. It's just, again, connecting back to my guides. They're hilarious. They're a riot, okay? So there's that. Now, morning mantra is something that maybe you should integrate into your mornings to make sure that you feel built up in your awareness, okay? There's that new earth energy again, conscious-based awareness, right? That you are in charge of beautifying your path, of beautifying your day, of beautifying your morning, of trying again to do just that. We're all somewhere on the path, so general collective, right? Take what resonates for you, okay? I keep my fire lit and blaze through all my ish. So after a day of it, I can enjoy my evening sit. All right. So maybe, even aside from business, which we are going to be talking about, connecting to pile number one, you guys, this feels a little aggressive. One moment. um, in general, of course, you just got a lot to do. That's like how they say, a lot of responsibility comes with a lot of power, a lot of talent, right? And so sometimes that just is, okay? You're going to really bode yourself well if you give yourself a scheduled space in which to actually decompress, in which to actually chill, in which to actually check out a bit, right? You can't be all systems go, all systems go. That's toxic, right? Especially if you're adding substances to it that assist you with all systems go. Really toxic. So serious, right? And I could be talking coffee, I could be talking cocaine, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Anything outside of that balance, anything overarching to the point where it feels like it is ruling, it is pulling on you, it's not outside of toxicity, it's in it, honey, right? And that's why we talk about everything in moderation. We talk about, even good stuff. If it's too much of it, turns bad, right? Not that it's a contest from what's good versus bad, but really talking about that balance or lack thereof, okay? Which, if you're rocking outside of the realm of balance, collective, and I feel like most of us know, but it does bear repeating from one moon cycle to the next, perhaps. You really do have to make sense of it all, okay? If it is taking from you, if it is hurting, if it is making you get into some sort of begrudging or mal type of energy, ideation, mindset, emotionality, right? That's a high indicator, all right, that something is outside of balance. And if you're rocking outside of balance long enough, there's uncomfortability, yes, uneasiness, yes, but disease can be a thing too. So please, all right, I'm not saying, hey, beat yourself up if you find out you're teetering on the edge of toxicity. We've all been there. And it's part for the course of learning and growing our souls here. So it's kind of part of the program, part of the schooling, as it were. We always talk about Earth, the Earth plane, the Earth realm being likened to just that, school of life. All right, some might say the school of hard knocks, right? I get that. But we've survived too much not to overcome it all, really, at this point. And again, going back to that new earth energy, which is conscious based awareness, okay? So yes, you can, as long as you believe you can. And as long as you believe you can, you will. Yeah, that's divine right and roll. So serious, okay? A little smidge of manners goes a long way each and every day. Saying thank you, holding doors, Venmoing right away instead of waiting for the awkward request no one wants to actually send, right? So there is something about accountability, right? Being in charge of your own accountability too. Because here's the sitch: you could say, "Yeah, I'm in charge," and that's truth. You could say, "Yeah, I'm divinely backed and assisted," and yeah, that's truth. And you could say, "You're divinity." Yep, that's truth too. However, if you, while you're in charge and with all of your powers and measures of authority, tell yourselves it's okay not to hold ourselves accountable, therein lies some self-sabotage. It's okay not to have reverence for others' concerns, right? It's okay to, be a seller on some online forum and never communicate. It's okay to think that everyone should bend to my, beck and call and my every whim, whilst I have no reverence for the fact that, maybe they're bending over backwards for me doing this. I don't really need to say thank you or please. I can just expect, right? And therein lies the toxicity. So, you're powerful, right? Make sure you're in balance, because as powerful as you are here about this, about anything at this point, again, going back to New Earth, you could really self-sabotage the path. And we're here not for that. We're here to beautify it and maintain our balance in it all, in spite of outward appearances, in spite of current world events, right? So serious, okay? This is New Earth. Please act like it. Please live like it. Please think and talk like it. Makes sense? I'll do my best today no matter what. Even if my best is way, way, way less than perfect, it still counts. And that's a truth. That's a fact. Baby steps will lead somewhere at this way faster than none at all. Okay. And that's for anything. It doesn't matter what the goal is, right? You're either moving or you're not. You're either believing or you're not. You're either trying or you're not, right? Right. It just is what it is. I don't know why that keeps coming through the channeling. It just is what it is. All right. So pound number one, we got to talk. All right. Not too bad, but we do have to talk to make sure you understand exactly your why in the matter, to make sure you understand there is definitely high key confirmation of divinity backing you in the matter, regardless of what type of business you may have, honey bun. All right, it's okay to talk about confirmations because the divine don't mind giving them, right? Now, the toxicity aspect, potentiality of this type of timeline, is if and when you should start to feel the need and or expect, all right, that you should receive validation outside of yourselves. All right, that's the toxic. We're not here for that. Confirmation. Yeah, sure. We can give you that 3 times over, 3 times a day, right? Validation. Now that's, you got to do that with you, okay? You're in charge. Remember, you got your part to play. So, live your life, as they say, but make it great, okay? And yes, you can, even if in business, all right? Here's the sitch, you guys. Yesterday was the 4-4 portal, okay? I was a little busy last night in Karmicville, especially pound number two. And so did not have the affordability really within reason, because I'm not here to actually break my back for anyone, right? And why would you want that? I mean, I do that, I can't even come back for the next live stream for more free tarot. Makes sense? All right, so it's okay to talk about these things because it encourages us to know we're not alone in thinking some of these things, which are right and proper, right? Like boundaries, like balance. Okay, so pay attention and follow along. Live like it, okay? If you weren't already, and if you already were, I know you're cheering me on too because you get it, and I love and light you, so there's no question there, okay? So I'm definitely cheering you on, of course. But on the other side of this portal energy, which still is really, it's not like it's like a quick open shut, I don't know why my guides are showing me like one of those old timey like coin purses where it's like, I don't know, sometimes they would even be like smiley faces, or and they were like really hard plastic or rubber, and you like open them up and it's like a gaping mouth, or depending on what the images was, and it would just snap shut because it's, of course, to keep the coins in there. That's not the type of time for every single portal, right? So fear not, okay? Because maybe some of you didn't even realize there was a whole portal. I was not even making mention of it through the channel because I just wasn't guided to. So I was also doing a lot of other things and making time. We actually did 3 live streams yesterday. Many of you didn't even check out the first 2. So if you know that that's you, please be a dear. Assist with getting the watch hours up, and take heed of the free tarot messages for you, right? Not everything's just about the quick yes, no. There's a lot coming through for you, sometimes even names, right? And you may need to, you should want to know about them, like, just saying, okay? I'm not here for me. But on the other side of this portal energy, which is kind of like said tongue in cheek, because I feel like the portal did not snap back just yet all the way. Um, you guys are getting upgrades, okay? And so this is talking about the throat chakra, the voice, okay? The orator, communication, and confidence. All right. Many of you, especially if you already know you're well underway towards some sort of entrepreneur path, right? Whether you're in big business or not, and whether you're in full swing at this or not, you're going to notice that your communication skills, maybe even aspects of the tone of your voice, right? Whatever assists you and does not ail you, of course, no worries, right? Is really going to be polished, become more effective. And you could actually find yourself even channeling, whether you have awareness of that or not. Because looking at this oh my goodness, it's not even it's an evil eye. That's crazy. Spirit did that. Wow, I saw it plain as day in there too. There's like this little shiny part in this card, you guys, right? You see how it's clearly an evil eye, right? An eye of protection. I literally saw it, but instead of the eye, I saw Om, right? Om. Maybe somebody actually meditates with that divine language, right? And so connecting to the third eye, I'm like, that's clear. That's a clearer communication. That's a clearer channel, right? Love and light, eat me. Love and light, Ivo. Love and light, everyone. Much love and light, you guys. Appreciate you hopping on, sitting with me. Love and light, Cassandra. All right. So you guys are going to notice, like, oh, like, was the, maybe it might even be like, was that me, like, intending to say that? But man, that sounded good. Man, that sounds better than what I normally would eke out of my face. Whatever resonates here. Love and light, Janice Calf. Um, and so this is going to allow you to be presented with more polish effect, with more pizzazz, more sparkle, right? Not that you needed it, but the divine loves you so much. They're like, right? Like you got the divine salt bay in the sky, like, and more for this one. Because again, my collective does the work. My collective is worthy. My collective is holy. My collective is royal. My collective is divinity and royal divinity. I mean, you guys are no small potatoes, right? Act like it, think like it, talk like it, live like it. All right, that's the cheat code. And so maybe there is some aspect to you will no longer say some of the self-sabotage kind of crap that we could come up with. And I say we because we've all been there and are all somewhere on the path. Makes sense? Okay. So there's that. And the second upgrade is talking about the fact that you are discovering, maybe aspects to astrology like none before. And that could be just simply because of current energies, current transits, okay, current astrological events, like a freaking eclipse after eclipse after eclipse. You start kind of noticing, like, oh, there's another kind of uh, information out there, perhaps with which to glean and operate out of, right? But even if that's not you, okay, I get it. But you are discovering what works. You are discovering more aspects of your demographic, because again, we're talking business, right? But you're also discovering, just in general course, what makes you tick. Why is your why such to the point where you will drag your arse out of bed for it, right? Gosh, is this my reading, right? Because I feel like today, man, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, am I dragging ass all the way on the ground? Question mark. Because I even got on here later than planned. I think I might actually have to push the moderators meeting today back by like 45 minutes. So sorry. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna bulldoze through this, and then I'm just gonna take a quick short break. If I have any moderators on here wondering, which I hope I have moderators on here, because otherwise, why would they show up for the meeting? It's kind of, the way I think about that at this point. Um, Anywho, all right, we've got this astronomer. All right, so maybe you are looking into your birth charts and understanding, like, this is actually a map that's starting to make sense. Maybe like no other moon cycle past. I can relate with that one, right? Um, I wish I was more like versed in what I'm seeing in the charts, but I really feel like if I add another to do item on my list currently, because I got a lot going on behind the scenes, you guys, I just feel like, again, don't want to actually break my back all the way in half there. So, but I digress. Some of you may be actually making time to actually get into the nitty gritty referable to astrology, and this may assist you with your business as well, right? Like, it's like, oh no, don't be signing ish about anything during Mercury retrograde, perhaps, right? Last time you found you did that, it did not end well. And it's like, go figure, because they actually say, when you like actually educate yourself about some aspects of these, don't actually sign contracts or have surgeries during that type of retrograde. Makes sense? Okay. And so knowledge is power, right? We've also got blessed aspects with your creation as well as productivity, whether you are a painter or not. It's so funny because I look at this paint job situation and I'm like, this is like a house painter, right? So maybe there is some significance to that. Maybe somebody's got a business referable to like home interior or, some sort of construction aspect or outer aesthetic. I forget what they call that. It's not flocking, but like there's like, I don't know. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But there's like stuff they can actually like. I don't know if it's like sand based, but they kind of like shoot it up at the frontage of like perhaps like a storefront, and it will change the face of the frontage. Love it, like Freaky J. I'm glad you came on, Honey Bun, because I'm like, you know what? I got on here a little bit late, and I was like, I better see a mod on here, because otherwise, why are they showing up for the meeting that I might actually be late for? So sorry. It's just one of the days. Your girl be doing too much sometimes. I gotta work on the balance myself, okay? If I do say so myself. So listen, uh, uh you can't tell me that I'm here sugarcoating anything, even if it's about myself, you guys, right? It just is what it is, and that does keep coming through the channeling. That's so funny. Love and light, Sean. Glad you guys made it, because I was about to have my heart hurt. Like, wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Like, because I haven't seen anybody for a minute, referable to my mods. But actually, Fiona told me, which I do have to reply to that email, that she didn't even get the notification. So I'm like, I don't know what YouTube's doing. I don't know what to think sometimes, you guys. My goodness. But welcome, and thank you so much for joining. I really do love and light y'all, and I really do appreciate y'all. All right. Um, so continuing on, and we're talking business. We're gonna wrap it up here, I promise, and I will be ringing the bell, no worries, right? But this is important, and it's encouraging, if I do say so myself, and it's necessary because it came out through the cards, right? Anyhow, I do see some evidence of I don't want to say like always and in always spiritual warfare here, but this is also really kind of giving dark night of the soul and or purge energy. It's like, what will you will? Which wolf will you feed? because you can go left or you can go right. You can go blue pill or you can go red pill. Like, and it's like giving tale as old as time, quite frankly, especially if you are here as a creator, and you are, right? Collective, even if you're not resonating with pile number one. Hello, okay? Even if you're baking in the kitchen, that's a whole creation. And you put your foot in that, man, that's a one of a kind, right? Even though it's mac and cheese. And, all right, it ain't your mac and cheese. Make it make sense, okay? But we've got musicians coming out here, as well as painters, artistry, creation, producers, and not consumers, right? Simply and solely. And that is the end game goal, you guys. If you are understanding, you should at this time, that you are chosen one's energy, you are here to be a producer and not simply and solely a consumer. All right. So of course you've got talents, giftings, and skills and abilities about yourselves with which to produce. Makes sense? And this is par for the course of you really understanding, even going back to this astronomer card, right? Aspects of self, aspects of your why, aspects of what you are blueprinted here, right? What have you carried into this realm through your DNA, through your upgrades, right? DNA and otherwise, right? What are you purposefully integrating into this matrix with? And therein lies your why. And that's what assists you with keeping going. Okay, because again, can't get around it. Even with this astronomer energy, right, being depicted, and this is talking about really some pivotal point in the path for this collective member who's also an entrepreneur, who's also chosen ones, who's also divinity, right? Um, really going through a lot of tests, a lot of rungs on that ladder, perhaps corporate or otherwise, right? And I do see evidence of, people kind of wishing, hoping, and praying that that wouldn't be the case, that you wouldn't break through the stratosphere, as it were. It's almost feeling like, okay, everybody kind of has this idea or this understanding in a general, generic sense that, like, you're no small potatoes, right? And even inclusive of you at this point, which I'm so grateful to talk about, all right, collective member, right? But in spite of that, right, it's like, okay, but what you're here to do, what you're being asked to do, right? Whether it's a global mission, or whether it's at the local mission, or whether it's in your city, or whether it's in your government, or whether it's giving, it's bigger than you, though, like it's giving. And but at the same time, the sentiment is coming through where it's like, but if anybody could do it, it would be you. And again, that goes back to chosen one energy. Makes sense? And everyone knows that. But here's the sitch: when you get to that point, when you're doing so much more good than bad, right? When you are surpassing teachers of yours at this, maybe it's not even just about business, maybe it's about that ascension, right? It's about all of that. It's all connected. Keep up, okay? So there's that, right? People start evil eyeing. They can't help it. Some of them don't even know they're doing it. They're too busy being jealous. They're too busy fighting you, right? Hoping maybe you don't surpass them, or maybe since you've surpassed them, that you crash and burn, right? Stranger things have happened. You never really know until you know in those moments what another person outside of you will think and believe about yourselves. So take the pressure off and just don't really care at this point, okay? In the sense of, don't allow other people's opinions, other people's gossip and witchcraft about you to really have any claim towards your destiny. All right, such to the point where you meet your actual fate filled destiny and not anything lesser than. Okay? And you are being asked to do this because you are equipped, you are strong enough, you are wise enough. Believe it. If you don't, you're really shooting yourself in the foot, because you've been chosen. You have been set up for this by divinity, by your ancestors, by your angels, right? By your spiritual guidance team, which is inclusive of so many other aspects of other beings, entities, and realms, if I do say so myself, right? Depending on who all I'm reading for. Makes sense? So I do see that though there is one moment. And we're back. Sorry for the interruption there. Um, so you're no small potatoes, you guys. You got to really believe this because other people are kind of hoping and maybe even betting. I'm hearing betting. I don't know why somebody would literally bet against you. That's really cruel. That's really not smart, karmics. Just saying, okay? That you actually don't break beyond the stratosphere. And again, here's the sitch. Even in business, you guys, and of course, high key in life too, but we're talking business, pound number one. Even in business, if you're set out to do something and it's literally because you were chosen by divinity to do it, best believe whatever that something is, all right, and what all ever it is going to have to be bigger than you. Think about it, right? How logic based is divinity? Not very, right? Why? Because that's restricting to be simply and solely operating out of logic, right? When there's so much more to this life, there's like spiritual aspects, not even just physicality, right? Here in this one realm out of many, this one dimension out of many. Makes sense? Okay. So you're definitely no small potatoes because you're connecting to all of this, even in your measures and forms of existences, from one incarnation, from one meat suit to the next. It's big. All right. I can't even find accurate descriptive words that would be conducive to like portraying how magnanimous we all are, separately and apart from each other, but we're not really separate. Anyhow, when you refract us all back, it's going unto source, life force energy, the all in all. All right. Some say God, others may say goddess, others may say higher selves, others say universe, others say Holy Spirit, right? It just is what it is. There's that freaking channel again. It just is what it is. And so even in business, you know, you do have those moments of it just is what it is, right? You sometimes pay a pretty penny, no pun intended, or for some lessons and or for some aspects of experience to be garnered, right? Um, and I do see that this could be also something that potentially could or is tripping you up. I'm not here to project that. I'm here to correct it. Makes sense? Okay, so please don't, let's not like ruminate over that. That's not a doom and gloom message coming out of left field. I'm so serious. Just hold on. All right. But I do see aspects of the mental space, okay, aspects of the heart space as well. Feeling nostalgic about maybe, you know, moon cycles past, whether it's connecting to sales, whether it's connecting to demographics, locations, brick and mortar businesses, or ideations of what should be connecting to your expectations of your own businesses here, okay, or what will be to come. So you could assist yourselves with music, right? Abel Hart comes to mind, you guys. He is, and Nico is another one. So there's really two good examples of, you know, whether you prefer a female or a masculine voice, right? There's two off the cuff that come to mind that really infuse empowerment and intentionality into their lyrics, okay? So they're safe lyrics. They're usually, you know, from what I can tell, accurate lyrics, right? And you can't necessarily get that. Like even last night on the live stream, you guys, I was mentioning that Weekend song. And it's like, I'm looking at the lyrics, I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, why am I saying to anybody to go listen to the song, knowing damn well I've had it on repeat for like 3 months out of my life, 3 months worth of time out of my life so far? Like, I'm not joking, right? So, but again, Abel Hart, all right, two words there, ABLE space Hart, right? HEART. Is an artist that definitely has a few different subject matters and that he's like infused into his songs, but with the most empowerment type of ideology about the situations, right? Whether you're dealing with haters, right? Whether you're just dealing with oppression of sorts, right? Not that you should be, but you know, use music as the tool that it can be, right? And be mindful to protect your ear gates from some of the stuff that, you know, maybe you should be looking up the lyrics. Like, do you actually want to sing that? There was another song that came through the channeling. I think it was yesterday. I can't remember it currently, but I was thinking to myself, hold on now, we got to get this out of the dome space, out of the channeling, as it were, because some aspect of the lyric was toxic to the point where it was laying claim to a weakness. I'm like, no, huh? Right? Like, I don't even want to speak that out, let alone you want me to, what we're going to sing it? No, we're not going to sing it, right? And so there's some synchronicity about that, perhaps. Maybe you are still actively retraining this mental space, right? Maybe it is getting an upgrade on the other side of that portal energy, that 4-4 portal. Along with music, you can definitely find ways to be grateful. Okay. And I'm not calling you ungrateful. I'm saying in the moments, right, in the throes of the storm or the passion, as it were, right, when you are met with, hey, you're going to take the left or the right. Hey, you're going to take the red or the blue pill. Like, hey, you're going to get angry and blow your top, or you're going to, right, call it for what it is. Okay. There's some aspect of, balancing, your aspect of duality even connected to your business, right? Maybe the way that you've dealt with customers in the past, it's like maybe it was a little offensive, maybe it was a little rough around the edges, maybe you just didn't know what you were talking about. Now you do, right? So there's like this polishing that is definitely coming through on the other side of this portal energy, connecting to those who really do have a heart in the matter of being or becoming an entrepreneur. All right. I also do see that you really could be. I'm trying to use my words wisely, so bear with me. The first two I don't want to use that came to mind. Okay, so one moment, collective. And let me just hydrate. There's like this stagnant energy for someone here, or some of you here, that we got to really root through. And this is connecting back to like maybe aspects of nostalgia, but really regrets. It's like you look back on the path, you look back on past collaborations, you look back on past production, or past expectations, even, right? And there's some regret. Okay, somebody's feeling like, if I wouldn't have done fill in the blank, then there would have been a different outcome, right? And maybe another person saying, if I, never really took time away from my business to help out another friend in business, right? And it's like, it is what it is, though. Like, all you have is right now. And you know what's so powerful about the right now, you guys? Irregardless of whether you got business or not, you are creators, co-creating with source, life force energy. Makes sense? So the great part about right now is it has nothing to do with the past at this point. Okay, especially when you're in that you're integrating in that new earth energy. Okay, that's we're actively co-creating, co-building, right, collectively even. Okay, so no one's alone at this. Well, we're talking about this so that in those moments where you're feeling and or fearing you are, you know how to like get out of the residual energy, as it were, perhaps, right? Because irregardless of the history or the why here, there is some regret energy, there is some disappointment energy, is maybe more aptly stated. Okay, and you've got to again understand that everything is purposeful. Okay, sometimes you do lose out on some money, right, or on some resources or on some time to gain experience. However, that experience will assist you in protecting the way that you make money the next time, protecting your business, okay, so that it will not be vulnerable and fall prey to another individual who is really operating with some sort of stealth mode energy. Talk about, yeah, no, I'm helping you the whole time. They're hating on you, putting holes in your boat, so to speak, telling others to leave the company and, not to support, blah, 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 right? We've all been there, okay? And that is all purposeful. Why? Okay, well, because it's part of who you are today and part of the reason why you're so powerful because of the experience, right? So, if you want to slight your win at gaining the experience by over focusing on the loss of something physical, loss of perceived reputation for people who just could never even uphold the wherewithal about who you really are anyhow, so where's the loss in that? And or monies, right? You're really shooting yourself in the foot, because again, the past doesn't even exist anymore. All you have is the right now. And in your right now space, you are to be confidently co-creating your future. Makes sense? Okay, so let it go. All right, don't let it hold you back. You let it go. Okay, because it'll try to hold on to you. Perhaps, I'm not here to project it, but we're talking about it for a reason, right? Somebody's resonating with this for a reason. Just saying, okay? So let it go. Be in charge enough. Know you are capable enough. Know you are strong enough to let it go. Whatever it is, it just is what it is, okay? And again, it's purposeful, just the same as you are. Do not fall prey to the illusion that now you're late in the game. Now you're asked out. Now you just have no future. Like, why would you do that? Who told you to do that? And you're in charge. So was it you? And if it was you, sit with you about that and check yourself before you wreck yourself. So serious, okay? Um, you are going to get through whatever is trying to present to you that you won't. Okay. Some of you, this could even be connecting to legalisms, court cases. Doesn't have to be the case, but it could. Um, some of you, this could be connecting to like even logistics with banking institutions and the like, platforms, legalisms. I'm just hearing legalisms. You're going to get through this. Okay. It's all a matter of which type of energy and, dare I say, timeline that you're choosing. All right. You know, business, entrepreneurialism, quite frankly, just on its own, off the cuff, is not for the faint at heart. All right. There's this whole try again. There's this whole blood, sweat, and tear, toil and labor, burning the midnight oil, right? Ask me how I know. Are you serious, you guys? There's so much that goes into this channel behind the scenes, off the camera, right? And it's not even like what goes on the camera for me personally is some of the easiest stuff. If I'm being honest, and of course I'm here to do just that. I'm an authentic person nonetheless, okay? Um, so there's that, right? But again, going back to your power and the divinity that backs you and the divinity you're connected to, the divinity within, it's powerful enough to produce priestess energy, high priestess, excuse me, I'm being corrected, high priestess energy, right? Or this devil type of energy, okay? Mindset, even. Not even just energy, all right? And that's what can make or break the situation, okay? But I do see in looking at the cards, all right, you overcoming aspects of the mental space, training the brain, the way that it thinks about your capabilities in the industries that you're in or getting into, you know, your capabilities in the vending opportunities that you are most assuredly going to enter into. All right, I'm hearing springtime is hot. Okay. And you know, for some of us, springtime don't end until fall, right? You just kind of lump it all together. I'm just getting the winter months, the sunny weather, right? So spring and summer, I guess, to correct myself there. But you know, and the Three of Wands, you do want to see for business. This is definitely this is Intuitive Kev's tarot deck, right? But the Three of Wands, going back to like Rider Waite times, right? The traditional aspect of the tarot cards, and specifically the meaning for the Three of Wands. It talks about a fisherman, right? Who's okay in business. That's an entrepreneur. Go figure, right? And this entrepreneur is usually standing on the shore, usually facing the boat that's coming in, the ship that's coming in, and it's like, yes, 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 yes. Finally, my ship has come in, right? I can even travel on the other side of this experience. I can sell my wares on the other side of this experience, plus travel, plus elevate, right? Gaining reputation, gaining notoriety. It's a positive win. It's a positive shift, okay? And so on the other side of you, really honoring what all you've been rocking within that dome space, going to that Eight of Swords, mental imprisonment, mental conflict, okay? You really do come out on top, okay? And you do hit your milestones, you do hit your demographics, you do hit your budget, okay? And this is giving wish fulfillment, all right? And this is giving, again, with the Six of Wands, notoriety, fame even, okay? But calmer days. All right, Six of Pentacles, reciprocity. So what you give, you get at least, if not more, right? Um, and so, some of you here need to slow it down a bit so that you're actually being able to make space for some form of divine download, divinely guided inspiration, connecting to your business, connecting to contracts, okay? And also perhaps connecting to your soul contract, okay? Whoever that is, you would understand that that part is for you. Maybe it's not for everyone here, right? I get that. But you better take heed, because there is some passionate communication that Hierophant energy, this is giving like source code vibes, right? Wants to bring into your vessel, even perhaps. This could be actually beyond just telepathy. This could be connecting to the upgrades that are to be finalized on the other side of this portal energy, right? And the reason why I may be saying that on the other side like that is because, again, needs to slow down, take heed, and make room. All right, you don't want to miss out on that. You could be missing out on the next $1,000,000 idea. I'm so serious. Okay, so that's for some, maybe not all. Um, but gone are the days, like starting right now, that you are in that mental space talking about, I am asked out, I am SOL, I am, done for, I am putting a period at the end of this rock bottom sentence, rock bottom mentality. Nobody has time for that, okay? Because the whole entire time you're backed by divinity. Talk to Archangel Michael about this for confirmation, not validation, right? If you gotta. All right, and you should go ahead. I don't mind. Okay, his sword's coming out here, connecting to this divine breakthrough assistant type of energy. All right, referable to your business and mental space. Okay, I don't mind you asking Mike about it. Go on ahead. Whoever I'm talking to as well, you are also on the other side. It's portal energy. I said entity. Yikes. Well, Gaia is an entity, yes. Okay. You're going to find, if you didn't already have awareness, irregardless of whether or not you are an Earth chart placement here or not, you are heavily connected to Gaia. Well, makes sense. Okay. How can you be, present on and or near something without ultimately integrating with it? Makes sense. Okay. That's why they show those memes about, like, oh, here's like a rotted piece of fruit. Now all the fuzzies are spreading around to the other fruits. Yeah. Right. Because when you are operating near, when you are focusing, honing in on something or someone long enough, right, it affects you. Okay, so of course you're connected to Gaia, but I'm also seeing here you are connecting to aspects of earth magic. Okay, now I'm not here talking about bippity boppity. What I'm here talking about is you find perhaps that your soul actually needs you to be around trees at least once a month. Okay, because it assists with cleansing and clearing your auric field. Perhaps ain't no bippity boppity with that, but that's also very much truth, and it's kind of giving magical nonetheless. Go figure, because the divine is not boxed into some form of logic reality. That's high key restrictive. Makes sense? And so we're talking magic. Hopefully that's clear, okay? You're also, again, honing in on aspects of what makes you tick and your whys in business, your whys in life, but also why you are purposefully here, why you are expected to be purpose driven, right? Well, you'd have to know the purpose. Makes sense. Okay, so of course we've got the power of purpose coming out, because you are now integrating your higher selves into the vessels that you possess. Okay, and really in full throttle power. I'm here for this for you. So serious. I hope you're as excited about it as I am for you. Okay. Um, and so you do realize, on the other side of honoring who you are, honoring who and what backs you, right? Definitely outside of the realm of toxicity, so no codependence here, right? Loving self first so that you can properly love others, loving, and taking care of self first so that you can properly take care of your baby, as it were, your business, perhaps, and maybe all of that. Maybe you got babies and businesses. Makes sense. Take what resonates here, but you're going to realize the endless possibilities are for yours to choose from. And that's why we always talk about, hey, choose the higher vibrational situation, outcome, timeline, mentality, right? Because irregardless, the possibilities for how you really reach your next milestone, the possibilities for how you really, end this particular incarnation, right? Let's talk about it, right? Are endless, irregardless of whether you have conscious awareness of them or not. But now that you know, collective, what will you, right? What will you tolerate? What will you create? What will you change? What will you focus on? What will you highlight? What will you endure? right? And you knowing your why at that. Gosh, that seems pretty power-filled to me if I do say so myself, all right? What if we change the word work collective to dance with life, right? Instead of viewing it as an alternative to fishing or a way of paying our dues, what if we saw it as a chance to meet a parade of new friends, to discover our own untested potentials? And again, they are infinite. Makes sense? Okay. And unpolished gifts and open avenues for abundance to come pouring into our life. This is exactly what this portal energy is bringing you. You're at the crossroads of what will now because of that. Okay, hopefully that's making sense. And this is a universal code, universal message coming through for you. And again, you've got Archangel Michael assisting you for this win, this next milestone, this end game goal in business, and dare I say in life, right? Not having enough money is never the problem, it seems. First, lack is always temporary. Second, change is only ever a few thoughts away, right? And third, it's not like you haven't performed miracles before. And that's going back to biblical text and scripture. So serious. Yeshua, most call him Jesus, is highlighted in there as saying, we are to do even greater works than he. All right. We are in charge here, backed by divinity. You get it now? I hope you do, right? Because you better get ready to perform some more of these miracles. Aren't you deserving of them? The divine knows you are. Will you honor that truth? Will you magnify it such to the point where you are actioning out in the right proper forms and measures of believability to not give up so that you see through to the hardcore evidence as you're being highlighted by the divinity that backs you anyhow to be able to show and prove, all right, that you truly are here purposefully, and that you do matter, and that you are a winner, and you are an overcomer. I mean, gosh, what a boring life we'd lead if we didn't have a storm or two, right? Sometimes the storms can be soothing. Have you never slept to the sound of raindrops, right? Have you never heard rain outside and you're in your cozy warm bed and you're just grateful that you can hear and experience it without having to feel it, without having to be cold and fight the elements, right? Purpose. Find the purpose in it all, okay? Because that's where your power place is. The only economy that matters and can actually put money in your purse or your wallet or the cracks of your sofa in the economy is created by your thoughts, words, and actions. That's why we're talking about this all the time. You get it now? So serious. Every day, someone new and someone near you becomes a millionaire. What will you, collective, right? And here's the sitch. You have to actually think like that, talk like that, and act like that, right? The prerequisite to being a millionaire is never having the money in the bank first or having the money under your mattress first. So serious, okay? It's about the mindset and how you talk and act like that to the point where you have produced it. You have created that $1 million miracle. Makes sense? And you're strong enough and capable and divine enough to do it. So serious, all right? You are backed by divinity, and you are divinity. Makes sense? All right. So now that you've got your crown straight in here, honey bun, what will you next? Referable to your business? Yes, perhaps, and in life in general, because you're here to do it all, baby. So serious. All right. So that's what I have for pile number 1. I love that message, you guys. Very encouraging. The divine is so sweet, right? They give us grace. They give us, their patience. They give us chances, right? And they still encourage us just the same. And so, for anyone fearing or feeling like, they really missed the mark, they really, shot themselves in the foot to the point of no return, that's not really a thing unless you're creating that. Please don't be that one, okay? So serious. All right, let's see here. Love and light, you guys. Love and light, Lisa M. Oh, Hotel California has a hidden message. I didn't know that, Janice. Oh. Ooh. Well, that's okay, Janice. You know, as long as, you know, here's the thing. I think I'm talking about like, well, actually, no, I can't even say that. See, there is a form of agenda out there. Again, rulers, principalities, blah, 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 right? And of course, you know, media-based industries, right? So, but I feel like in your case, Janice, when you listen to that song, because the amount of nostalgia and happy time there, therefore like high vibes, right? I think you're like overarching the high vibes to the point where it cancels out. But I think also what I'm talking about is like especially when, you know, like I'm not coming for rap because like I actually don't hate rap. Like I probably can't imagine life without rap, just to say, you know, just to be clear. But like anything where maybe it's not even like rap, it's like sing-songy and it's like a lot of words, right? Imagine that shit though, because words are magic, right? That's why they call them spelling, right? When we talk about them and spell them out, right? That's why gossip is called witchcraft, right? So funny because, you know, I was thinking about this earlier. I'm like, the church be straight up trying to say ish is demonic, and week after week they're doing the devil's bidding, witchcraft session after witchcraft session, under the guise of you know, for God and God's name, as it were. And they don't even necessarily really get who they're connecting to when they say that as well. Just kind of scarily sad. But anyways, I digress, and I was there so I can say that. Okay. So there's that. But you know, it's all like, oh, pray for sister so and so. Did you hear about Brother Brown stepping out on it? You know, it's like it's witchcraft way before tarot. So serious, right? But I digress. Let me let me stop. Um, Yikes! People just, you know, it's scary what they do, talking about for the name of God. You know, under the name of God, under the name of, I don't even want to say that name right now. I'm just gonna balance out, but yikes. And really going back to the rap, it's like, imagine saying mantras, right? Let's call it mantras, okay? It's like, let's call it affirmations, right? Do you want to say like I am and then insert like some form of adjective that really means piece of trash, okay? I would advise against it, because as you are talking about you are simultaneously talking about divinity. And guess what? Karmics, right? As you are talking about another piece of divinity, even though it's not connecting to your meat suit, your vessel, you know, and or your experience even, right? Same deal. You could be talking about divinity, and what are you saying? Oh, you talked about them and their kids. And you talked about what? Their worth. Oh, right? Don't be that one, right? I feel like I'm talking to some karmic crosswatcher here or something, but yeah, I'm looking at the tower at the bottom of the deck. It ain't gonna bode you well, folks. Just saying, all right? But I do say so myself. But let me focus here. Let me focus. Just watch the words you're saying a lot. Watch the thoughts you're thinking a lot, even if they're connected to music or not, okay? And be mindful. Spiritual warfare, all right, comes to mind at this. Some people are projecting that ish onto you. And by that ish, I'm talking about the thoughts that you're ferreting through, perhaps even right now. Don't be so quick to assume they're your own, especially if you are connected with that entrepreneurial type of vibes coming off of Pal 1, because they're praying, hoping, and wishing you would take on those emotions and those thoughts as your own. Why? Because you've got the life force energy, you've got divinity backing you. So when you take anything and run with it, it will be a thing for you. And again, don't be that one self-sabotaging. Don't be that one assuming anything at this point, because you know what they say about assuming, all right? Ain't nobody got time to make an ass out of themselves or anyone at this point, all right? Let karma sort that out, right? If somebody wants to look like an ass or an asshole, karma will assist them with that. It don't have to be you. Even if you subscribe to being walking karma, I'm just saying, right? Just do you. Stay in your lane, dominate there. Leave the rest for the divine to put the press on in time, right? Let's see here, Janice. You're having deja vu, Lisa M? That's so funny. Yeah, deja vu does happen. Sometimes I feel like the sometimes I feel like the experience of deja vu is also sometimes to highlight, like, hey, take note of this. Like, hey, take note of that, right? My apologies. That's an extra card in there. Hold on. I'm trying, Janice. Hold on. You could have resonated with that astronomer energy, though, if you resonated with pile number 1, though, because that's the card that came out. I don't even know what to make of that. It's just literally all astrology. I didn't know what was in there. Spirit said we're going to pick this, and I had used it even yesterday. I didn't see that card. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. It's just an extra one. Oh, my goodness. For 40 days and 40 nights, right? What's that biblical reference? Yeshua's energies around, obviously, but I feel like I'm tapping into religious vibes here. And it's not coming from you, Janice, I know. But we've got a very justice-filled yes on the bottom, right? And we've got a very victory-filled yes come out the deck for you there, Janice, all right? Please watch The Secret and plug in, health aspects there, referable to mentality and creating what you deserve and desire. Man, that one guy, was that actually Joe? Was that actually Joe Dispenza? There's a man in The Secret movie, you guys, where it's like, I don't know if it was, no, that's not Joe. This is somebody else. He like broke his back. He like was in like a really bad car accident, I believe. And he like literally had his vertebrae like segmented. Like they were like, you're not walking. And he was like, yes, the hell I am. And he was hospitalized for months and months, maybe even like years. I'm not exactly, I can't remember that part. But he walked out of that freaking hospital on his own accord. And that shows how powerful the mental, just alone the mental is, right? But you've got way more than the mental to assist you with integrating the positive change that you deserve and desire. Make sense? Janice, you're doing research about your natal chart. That's so crazy. Look, so I guess they're saying keep going, right? Keep going, babe. That's so great. I had no idea, of course, right? But that's so great. All right, so we've got Lisa M. Okay, let me see. I'm being guided the best. I'm looking at the Magician, but it didn't come all the way out. Okay. Yeah, all right. It still stands though, right? What is my deck doing? Hold on 1 second. And I went back to it. That's crazy. That's why it did that. That's so amazing. Thank you, Spirit. So here's the sitch, and this is Lisa M, right? So I'm like eyeing this up, but it like can't, it just kind of like peeked out. I'm like, well, it didn't fall out, right? So what fell out was this no card, right? But hear me out. Bottom of the deck is yes, indicating judgment. And so you know what? Call your energy back, because that page really talks about somebody maybe keeping tabs on you, checking your social media, checking you, even if they perhaps know how to like remote view, you could be feeling like eyes on you and you're like, I don't know, like, or all of a sudden you're just like, it's almost like a thought was actually interjected into your mental space when you weren't planning for it, kind of thing. If you're experiencing that, especially, call your energy back, okay? Because this person really could be just trying to manifest off of your energy. This person, yeah, as I say that, I go to literally the broke, busted, and disgusted card, okay? 5 of Pentacles. And they're trying to hope that you allow them to get back into their good graces, while the whole time they're playing the field, giving themselves opportunity to have options, and really operating in stealth mode energy. So it's giving, trust your intuition, babe, every time, because it's working for you, not against you, Lisa M. Love and light, babe. Yeah, you know what, Lisa M, sometimes when yeah, I don't know if this person is entertaining things that put them in low vibes, that allow them to have like friends spiritually that are low vibes. I don't want to say this person has like a full-on entity attachment, but there's some aspect of like devil's playground energy, and like what they tolerate and what they think is okay morally, or just like even like referable to lifestyle, perhaps, right? And so sometimes, you know what, you leave somebody, and we love to talk about like, yeah, you leave somebody and then like you have the glow up, things get great. Sometimes you leave somebody like a narcissist or somebody, you know, perhaps with an entity, they don't want me to say it, entity attachment, you know, can really then kick in the projection and the spiritual warfare. Oh my goodness. That they were always performing, whether you had awareness of that or not. Okay. The best way I can describe that. So you can't just automatically assume, because there's that word again, trying to make an ass out of somebody when really it's just the karmic the whole time, right? You know, you can't assume that, you know, oh, these things are happening bad, I'm receiving bad karma. No, the weapon may be formed, it shall not prosper, keep going. And you know that you broke away, right? Because you were not in the realm of satiety, right? Being satisfied with the goings on or the lack thereof between you and them, right? Let it go and focus elsewhere, okay? Because another thing can happen. You kind of like maybe perhaps hyper focus on like, was that the right decision? Was that the right thing? And whole time you're focusing on their energy, which allows them to really energetically manipulate you into feeling and or believing that, oh, that wasn't the right thing, because they're reeling you back in energetically. So again, cleanse, call your energy back and cleanse, babe, and just move on. All right. Hopefully that helps. Much love and light. Yeah, see that drain, that's given, yeah, that's, you know, this person could entertain like incubus, succubus energy, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like access denied. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you next. All right. Is the best way I can explain that one, babe. Much love and light. Call your energy back and focus on what good you got going on up ahead. And if you're saying, I don't know, go ahead and create it. Makes sense? You guys watch The Secret. Do some of the exercises about the stuff you care about and the stuff you want to receive. I get it. Not everybody's there for a new car. I get it. Not everybody's there, you know, trying to figure out how to unbreak their back, right? I'm just saying it helps a lot. It works. Okay. Make sense of it as you may need to, because we're all here for different stuffs. Stuffs. Hello, right? That's a word, right? I love stuffs. No, I mean stuff. Love a light green palace. Okay. Yes, we're doing questions, but I really hope you sit tight for a few and help us get the watch time hours up. All right, so I'm not on here for free all the time. Okay. Please and thank you. And so it assists me with being able to be here for free with my schedule. I won't have to work as hard, if that makes sense. So help your girl, help you. And, you know, watch a video, hang out with your girl, please. Okay. It's not like it should be pulling teeth anyways, right? Like I'm, you know, your kind of peoples. So it makes sense that we should have a good time together. Okay. We are about, actually, you know what? Eat Me, you're gonna call me out, aren't you? Eat Me's always giving me a problem lately. No, I'm just joking. But you know how I post that thing the other week on the community board? And if you don't, please check the community board and make sure that you're not missing out on some of the stuff I'm sharing. I mean, I'm doing tarot on there as well, for free, right? Makes sense, okay? But I had posted that we needed 15, I think it was like 1,500 more hours, right? Not the case. I misread the area of the creator studio. So long and short, okay, for actual monetization, where it's like, thank you, you guys help me help you, hours. So yeah, I'm doing my parts as best I can, but I really do appreciate the help, you guys. I'm not saying you have to like sit there and like take notes and like read into it any further than I'm already reading into the situation. All I'm saying is, if you know you're going to lay it down, you don't need your phone for a few hours. I've got enough content on there. Gosh, I've even got videos that are over 5 hours long, because your girl was just doing the damn thing, right? Just put it on silent, even if you got it, and play it, okay? I really appreciate you guys helping. Because guess what? I'm not here to do it all by myself, and I'm not meant to. So thank you for those that actually will assist in the mission, which is really getting more free tarot messages out to the collective, who may actually high-key need them, right? I don't mind giving anything for free, right? But to try to like overarch the energy and maybe break my back about it, that's not on the menu for me. And that's also why I really do expectantly ask the collective to assist me with this, because it's really about assisting us together, okay? And assisting the collective energies beyond that of which we currently know. And that's very important stuff. Okay, so thank you for those that take that seriously enough to assist. Thank you for those that love me enough to assist your girl, even if you only have an extra 5 minutes, right? I get it, but it all matters and it all counts and it all helps. So thank you for those that will. Thank you for those that don't just hop on and off for their free, quick yes, no, and go on about their day, leaving me in your dust, okay? Because after about the 18th time that happens, I don't know, I do have to work through my feels a little bit about that, if I do say so myself, okay? Because I'm not actually the clown's mouth at the drive-through, makes sense. Right? I do expect to have communication, participation, and a rapport with my collective, especially because I literally love and light you guys, right? Like I literally, like, even if I'm not on the live stream, I'm carrying you with me. I'm you know, putting my prayers and petitions. I'm rooting for you, right? I'm definitely doing my methods of protection as well. I do really take you seriously. And I thank you for those that reciprocate that energy and that sentiment, okay? That's why the channel was created, okay? So eat me, the video cutout. Ha! Fun stuff. See what I'm going through, you guys? Yikes, the video cutout. So long story short, eat me. I was mistaken when I put that post in the community board. I was in the wrong area of the creator studio. And so the long story short, as of about a few short days ago, for actual monetization, we need about 2,000 more hours. And thank you for helping in any way that you can. Thank you for coming on the live streams and not just hopping off as soon as you've been served with your free yes no tarot, okay? Because it helps your girl. And I'm here to help you guys. So thank you for doing your part in assisting your girl with assisting you, okay? Makes sense? I don't mind giving the free tarot readings, right? But the more that I give free reading after free reading after free reading, okay, I have to make up for that in other ways, okay, because still have my own budget and needs, right, and desires. So there's that, and that's why I'm like, I get it, you guys can't necessarily pay for every reading, and you know, some of you, you know, I'm on here like 3 times yesterday alone. You could have got 3 readings for free yesterday alone, right? The more I'm on here, right, the more I'm able to, because bills are being paid, makes sense, right? Then the more you get out of the deal. So there's really no detriment in the sacrifice to help me, right? As far as I can tell. And it's, again, a we thing, because I'm not here for myself, right? I can do my own little puppet show in the mirror if I want to, right? Like, it's not about that, okay? So I'm very much here for you, and I appreciate those that are very much here for me as well, okay? Yeah, you have to get the amount of watch hours within the year. Okay, so it's like 4,000 hours within one, you know, one aspect of 365 days is the way I'm assuming, right? So I'm hoping, you know, I'm claiming almost there, right? It's a thing, I believe. And thank you for those that believe with me, because that's really part for the course of manifestation anyhow, isn't it? And that's really part for the course of why we do gather and have these live stream sessions, especially, right? It's one thing to do the tarot, but man, you can utilize it to manifest what you really want to know and talk about. So serious. Thank you so much, Janice. I'm just catching up on the chat box, you guys. Don't mind me. When I'm on here on the cell phone, you guys, it's so weird. I can't keep it so that I can stay seeing the chat box, and it just disappears. Um, okay, I'm glad that that helped you, Lisa M. That makes me happy to know. All right, so Green Palace. Let's see. You have a question? Is, will I find path to new palace? Okay, now Green Palace. please watch The Secret, okay? Because you can literally plug in exactly what you're asking about. I mean, I'm gonna check, right? But I want you to like actually be specific and know exactly. Because here's the thing, you guys. What if you needed to find like a new place to live, right? And it's like you have awareness of that, and you have intention to actually, see that through, right? But wouldn't it be better of an experience and maybe even more streamlined if you knew that divine's telling you like where you're going there, it's a brick structure, right? So you wouldn't really go somewhere with siding on the outside of it to be like, oh, let me try to make this fit. I mean, I know it's supposed to be brick, but you see what I'm saying? Because here's the sitch. Maybe the brick might be highlighted to you because it's like, oh, maybe it's not a larger structure, but it's a more secure one. The people, the person, the entity that owns it isn't going anywhere for a while, so you won't have the potentiality to move in and settle yourself just to be immediately unsettled because now the building's being sold. You see what I'm saying? So this is why when you get specific as well, the divine can give you those specific indicators. Aha, this is making my path easier because it's hard enough perhaps to find a new place in the time frame and the demographic location as is, but you can streamline it with a more powerful experience, right? And it's a win-win-win-win-win because on the other side of doing that work, on the other side of intending to manifest, you really understand when I say to you, divinity backs you, that that's literally the truth because you've honored it by believing it to action out some steps to get that confirmation. All right, not even validation, you won't need it. You'll be too busy being built up and manifesting the next win. All right, and of course that's what I want for you guys. Makes sense? But let's see here. Green Palace, okay? So all right, so you definitely have some decisions to action out differently, maybe some different type of choices to make, maybe some different type of thoughts to think about making choices and about your existence and about your worthiness of what you are desiring, etc., etc. On the other side, and unless and until you do that work, okay, which again, the secret there could help you, right? It's an hour and a half, it's not an hour, but if you found an hour to do something, you can find an hour and a half to do something that assists you with doing a lot more than just a little something. Just saying. With the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, you do have the potentiality for all of that and more that you're asking about. However, you are being guided to do the work, all right? And does have a lot of significance to the mental space activity, even referable to the subconscious activity, right? So, you guys, this is why we talk about, Green Palace, you can get this or anyone else, right? This is why we talk all the time about doing the work, staying built up, keeping those faith muscles flexed so it becomes easier to navigate uncharted waters because you go, aha, that's not a brick structure, right? That's, it's not giving. It's not the vibe, right? And you just know I'm going to no longer go down the rabbit hole about this. I'm no longer going to be in my head about this and stagnate myself about this. I'm going to continue on confidently. Hopefully that's making sense. Love and light. Oh, wait, oh my gosh, I thought I just deleted the chat. Oh my gosh. It like literally, it said it was hidden. I don't know what I hit. Sorry. Okay. Whoo-wee. All right. Much love and light, Mickey Haji, or Milky Haji. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'm trying to get it, you guys. Um, Welcome and love and light, babe. Yeah, eat me. I see what you're saying about public events. I mean, I used to work out of a metaphysical shop, doing readings. But the issue there is I don't like to half-ass my readings. So it's like, they pay for a certain amount of minutes, perhaps. And if I need to like eke out a message beyond that, I don't mind giving those minutes for free. But then you've got an issue with the next appointment waiting, right? And some people have different perceptions on what tarot should be about. So there's that. I feel like, unless and until it's my own soul situation, I should probably, like sit sit out some of those collaborative efforts, because I'm not in it for the money, if that makes sense. So like, yeah, I get it. That's a great way to, you know, get yourself out there. But I'm also of a mindset that I'm not for everyone, and I'm not here to cast my own pearls before any kind of swine situation, right? So there's that. So thank you for brainstorming. I don't mind, right? But just to let you know, it's not something that I haven't done and or thought about. Um, so, you know what, Green Palace, what I wanted to say to you before you log off, perhaps, claim that yes in answer to your question, but take heed of the advice, okay? So that the yes stands, okay? Yeah, you guys, we've been tested a lot. Sometimes I'm like telling the divine, like, my people have been tested enough, please. And it's just still giving, this is a test. This is only a test. I'm like, oh my God. Right? You're almost waiting for the purge siren. Like, oh my. But yeah. All right, so I think we're good on the free tarot for the time being, and we're going to go to another pile here. This time we're talking love, you guys. I feel like... You okay? What's wrong? You're all right. Okay, you lay down? Okay. You want to? Okay, lay down. Here you go. You want to? It's okay. Okay, well, Miss Jade's doing stuff. All right, you gotta chill. Oh my goodness. Maybe this is a synchronicity to the energies connecting to this. Very... Whoever is going to be resonating as the feminine energy here, you're being pulled on. You know it. You're being pulled on, which already... But man, that is a synchronicity. Yikes. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, go ahead. Good girl. All right. I don't know. There's no real reason for you to be here right now other than just to chill. Okay. There she goes. Okay. Divine feminine, you actually may be like one of those where it's like you walk anywhere, and anytime there's like any kind of animal, they're like coming near you, they're like staring at you. You know, they're like, or like you could be one of those where it's like people are like, they normally don't like people too much, so you know, be careful. And it's like the pet or the animal, whatever it is like, no, we're cool. Right? Very high vibes you are. That makes sense. Okay. As I look down and I see divine protection and intervention, okay? Of course, of course. Now, bear with me. There was a lot of cards to pile number 2, and I kind of need to keep my wits about me here so I don't half-ass the message, because we can't have that. And because I had the other pile pretty spread out, I didn't really give pile number 2 a chance to have the room it needs, so bear with, you guys. Ooh, wait. I'm going to show you the pictures because they really do. And this is funny because I think this is called, what is this called? Oh, Healing Light Tarot. Okay, for anyone wondering, this is the Healing Light Tarot. Could be some significance. You know, maybe somebody here does perform Reiki. Connected to this connection. This person is coming in soon. They're on your heels. And you know what's crazy? For the divine feminine, you are so high vibrational that basically mostly just for you, your energy, and again, we're talking energy, not meat suits, right? You got like double confirmation. There's that word again, right? About who you are. And it's all beautiful. It's all brilliant. Of course, of course. So no worries, right? Mary Magdalene may be a significant guide of yours or an energy that you work with. This could also be something that is connected to your Reiki practices, whether in a professional sense or not. If that is something you resonate with, I'm hearing to say, connecting to Reiki doesn't have to always be the case. There could be a situation where there was a lot of start and stops to this connection actually being like in full swing, right? If ever, okay? But I do see this communication. I almost said confirmation again. Communication. It's not even a con word. That's odd. From this emperor energy. And this could be your twin because now I'm looking over at the empress energy, which is part and parcel of your energy here, divine feminine. I really feel like the divine feminine is who is attached to the collective. All right. So forgive me if that's not the case. But I'd like to continue on with the channeling as such. All right. Because that's what's coming out. And this emperor, I'm not laughing at the guy. I'm laughing to keep the vibration higher because this is so not high vibes. Like none of this, right? This is like I mean, the amount of motion, this whole entire card is blue, firstly. Let's not get it twisted. There's really no black on this card. I'm so serious, right? And maybe it looks that way, I know. And blue, there's some significance to it, okay? Mercury is also here. And we do know Mercury, my goodness, I'm making up words. Venus and Mercury are, or at least have been recently retrograding hard, if I do say so myself, okay? And so this could be really just indicative of the fact that this is really coming in into your right now space. And again, we're always talking about how the past isn't really a thing that exists for us anymore. We just only have right now. And I'm saying to you that this emperor, this guy, this masculine energy, this divine masculine, however you need the words to come out of my face to make sense of it, is really about to come through with some intentioned communication. Okay. And I get that you are in separation. You are not talking. You, last you knew, we're not on good terms. Okay. It's giving, you know what? I see you and erase you and I will kick you in the face and leave you. Right. Like it's just not in the physical sense, not in the literal sense. Right. But it's like, you know what, hard boundaries, you put the press on me, right, tit for tat. And it's giving, the longer you stayed in this, the uglier you could have stood to become. Makes sense? All right. And again, it's kind of going back to that rotted fruit meme type of energy. It's like the longer you rock out of the imbalance, the more you are calling in uneasiness and, dare I say, disease, whether disease of the mind, disease of the heart space, disease of the physicality, disease of the connection and its functionality. Makes sense? Okay. This person could have actually asked you to raise up the standard referable to your boundaries because maybe they were putting the press on you to be somebody that you weren't, to participate in the connection in a way that you were not actually willing. And this could have also been high key because in moon cycles past, they were in some illusionary type of energy. They were in some form of codependence with 3D based reality energies and its tangible aspects. Like materialism comes to mind, okay? Trying to keep up with the Joneses, trying to prove that, you know, they are worthy, that it's them against the world, and that, you know, therein lies their worth. It's giving fight or flight mode, survival mode, right? It's giving toxic. All right. This person I do see had some enemies that could have been actually assisting with the fact that this connection didn't remain off the ground if ever it did. But again, I'm being asked to honor this card again, that they're, in spite of what it looks like, sounds like, feels like, okay, divine protection and intervention is still very much underway for this connection, okay? This person is being called to and or has had a recent wake up experience, an epiphany, if you will, right? This person was afforded the chance to garner a deepened aspect of wisdom. This could be connecting to metaphysical wisdom. This could be connecting to ancient wisdom, right? There's some aspect to wake up, okay, that whether it was a situation where they had a dream and on the other side of it woke up in this epiphany, revelation type of energy, or not, okay, this person is in or entering into, okay, because general collective, right? This awakened state, okay, and they are wiser, and they are able to prioritize their passions, okay? So meaning realizing things like, hey, quality over quantity, irregardless of what that's talking about, right? Working smart, not just hard, okay? Honoring divinity, honoring the divinity within and upon, okay? There could be some significance to the aesthetics of these individuals, all right? Take what resonates here. Doesn't have to be the case. And with this world card energy, they are closing out the cycle. I see there is a mirrored energy in this, in that as they are closing out the cycle of toxic mindset, of lack mindset, of toxic behaviors, okay, patterns, you are achieving and having some form of wishes fulfillment, okay? Again, backed by divinity. That's, again, talking about Archangel Michael's sword, interestingly enough. Take notes. You might want to actually have a sit down and chat with Mike, all right? Since he's doing the most for you anyhow, it's best to tap in. It's best to be grateful, right? And it's best to honor the divinity that backs you. Why is that? Well, not because, you are here to do simply and solely that, but because when you do that, along with the many other things you're here to do, you're putting yourself in the energy of the best foot being forward, okay? You're putting yourself in forward momentum, progressive type of energy, all right? And so that allows you to achieve your wishes fulfillment more often and with greater ease, okay? And comfortability, if I do say so myself. Divine Feminine, you're coming out here as a virtuous Divine Feminine energy. You're coming out here as authentic and psychic AF, okay? Queen of Cups came out for you twice. That's the queen that the other queens get jelly about, right? Why is that? Because connection to divinity, open channel, creator of portals, etc., right? It's no small potatoes. And if that weren't enough to express the aspects of your essence here, you've got the Empress energy coming out. The Empress is here to do a lot, all right? We do talk about birth and babies, yes. But again, even connecting to Pell 1, at one point I was channeling that too was your baby. So maybe you do literally have babies and babies, whether in business, simply and solely, or not, okay? I do see you as an abundant person, even in spite of that Empress energy. Okay, I see you having clarity with your understanding of otherworldly knowledge, understanding of ancient wisdom, right? Understanding of the esoteric, okay, type of wisdom, knowledge. Okay, and this is producing abundance for you. So you could actually have some form of spiritual practice. I know I mentioned Reiki, but it could be a whole host of other types of spiritual practices, and or you're infusing, okay, especially if you are still here resonating as that entrepreneur. All right, there we're on pile number 2, integrating spiritual practices and, dare I say, wisdom, esoteric and otherwise, right, into your business and or into your babies, right, whether quite literal or not. All right, and that's great stuff. I stand for it. You are coming out as free. You are coming out as being on the great side of karma here. All right. However, we are talking about the Eight of Swords, this conflict, this mental conflict, and this is par for the course of why this person is in this remorse energy as well. This person could be drinking a lot. Okay, this person could be suffering from some form of depressive mood disorder, which here's the situation, you guys. Maybe not everybody knows this, so let's talk about it. Alcohol is a depressant. So if you're already depressed and then you rock with any kind of depressant, because alcohol is not the only type of depressant, so there's that, right? Then you are shooting yourself in the foot and ensuring you stay down, right? So sorry to tell you, but it's the truth. Okay, so maybe somebody needs to work on that. Maybe you didn't realize, oh, depressant plus depression equals more depressing thoughts and moods and experiences. Makes sense? Okay, so be mindful, okay, now that you've got that wisdom to live out like it, all right? I do see this person speaking to you through music. There is high key significance to the 5D, all right? There's also significance to Mercury energy, which came out twice, quite frankly. The urge to communicate. The Saturn energy talks about the urge to overcome difficulties through effort. It also talks about reality. We've got the self-reflection energy on the part of this masculine. The ability to be aware of self on many levels, including physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional aspects. This person is having, if it's not dark night of the soul, it's at least a major awakening. All right. And so this person realizes that, on the other side of this epiphany, they kind of asked you to kick them to the curb. They kind of gave you no choice but to also like believe that this is not a thing anymore. And you know what? I'm hearing for some of you, this masculine, that they intended that. This was something that they intentionally were aware and present in making decisions or lack thereof about. Okay. And again, asking you, causing you simultaneously to uphold your boundaries as you should. For those that know that you resonate with having been the one that walked away. Okay. You know what's crazy? I saw this Six of Swords as 8 the whole entire time. Somebody could be in the limelight here, now that we're looking at the Six of Wands. Did I say swords? I meant to say wands. I was looking at this as the 8 of Wands, to be clear, the whole time, but it's the Six of Wands, all right? Talking about victory, success, right? Better energy. And this is, of course, what they want to come in and bring you now. But this person could also, be of some form of limelight, some form of authority, some form of celebrity. This person actually could have a lot of kids too. Because when you mix that with the emperor, it's given maybe they made a community or somebody could have a platform where there's a community. It doesn't have to be the case. But they want to come in and bring clarity. All right. And they want to express to you that they are hoping that this isn't over, that they are hoping that this is something that you can also overcome, because they too are seeing, because they're keeping tabs on your every move, that you are overcoming whatever you all are overcoming. And I'm not going to go down the laundry list because it's different folks for different folks. But if you thought they weren't understanding that you understand your assignment, if you thought they weren't aware of your milestones, whether they or have already been hit or not, yes, the hell they are. And they are spying on you right now with both Venus and Mercury, which we already talked about, but they're coming out in the cards, as well as Jupiter retrograde energy. There could be some significance to Saturn energy as well, especially on the part of this masculine, because Saturn energy, ooh, I hate to say this part, kind of really, I mean, I get it's necessary, but it's very painful. Saturn has been teaching the masculine here a lot of lessons, okay? Saturn is not necessarily the most forgiving energy, definitely not the easiest, right? It's very karmic laced and based, right? So whatever and what all ever kind of fuck shit that this masculine produced for you, best believe they were schooled on that one. All right. It's kind of giving like how they say like ignorance is really not necessarily always like a defense to the law, right? You're caught breaking it. You say, oh, I don't know. It doesn't excuse you, right? Same deal with karma, in case anyone wondered, right? This person is being guided to stop pushing against the connection, to stop trying to make sense of the connection by competing with you. My goodness, right? And instead to align with it and move forward. Okay, it could be some significance to Kid Cudi, the artist, or the aesthetic. Doesn't have to be the case, or Philadelphia, I'm hearing to say. This person was operating under a form of illusion, all right? And this is what produced the setback to this connection. Um, this could also be spell work. This is why, I'm not going to lie, this is why I went to the Evil Eye deck. Let me just see one. I might actually go ahead and make my own, because I feel like when you got to get to mixing and matching all the Evil Eye decks just to make one point, it's kind of like, oh, here it is. It's kind of like, is that working so well or not, right? So since we've so easily found that, I love how that works. Lately, you guys, you may notice, because I know I have on a personal note, you may notice that things that normally you understand aren't the easiest of things to do. When you start doing them, they're really easy. You may also notice that you may have issues, or not issues, excuse me, experiences where it's like, you know, you're looking for something, and you know that you are in possession of it, and you know that you know where it should be, but you're not finding it, you're not finding it, you're not finding it, and in the meantime you find something else that is conducive to whatever, you know, whatever the reasoning was behind why you were looking for the item. And on the other side of really being grateful for that experience, and going through that experience, you may turn right around and find that item again. Please note that this is a tangible. I mean, I kind of want to put air quotes on the word tangible here, because you can't necessarily touch all aspects of this, but the message stands. This is, at best, a tangible aspect of the divinity that backs you, right? Because it's a form of divine protection. If you were to use what you always use, right? Like, let's say you're making art or jewelry, and you know, this time around, it's like you're being guided to use something else, and maybe you're missing out on the synchronicities, right? And you're missing out on the synchronicities, right? You know, you may find evidence of experiences like that well underway for you, because it's giving divine protection. All right. So please don't feel or fear like you have to know everything about this always and in always. All right. I don't know why all of a sudden that stopped. So odd. All right. Well, this person seems to have some form of enemies, right? And they could have been projecting onto this person so that they couldn't clearly see you. So that at best, if they saw you as anything, they saw you as competition. Or if I do say so myself, they saw you as not good enough. It came out in the Oracle, Harsh Reality Oracle. I didn't feel you were good enough. Boy, was I wrong. You are an ego killer. Oh, I love that for you, right? As you should, all right? Doing the damn thing. And again, protection wants to come out. All right, a lot of divinity backing this, okay? So someone was spiritually attacking your masculine in attempt to block their third eye and the ability to manifest, whether this was manifesting you in this connection or not, just in general. And sex magic, ding, ding, ding. Yep, there it is. That's why it's very important, you guys, if you're smashing ass, to call your energy back and give back energetically what you took. All right? Because what you took might be a whole heaping host of illusion or karmic repercussions. Who wants that, right? But somebody could have been doing sex spells, sex magic on your person, to win sexual control over them. Well, isn't that the tale as old as time, referable to divine masculine, if I do say so myself, right? Somebody could have been doing submission magic on this person too, right? So this is giving very, very karmic individual connecting to your masculine. You may resonate with this because oftentimes I miscalled you high priestess. So there's that. You may usually come out as that in the tarot. I know we had the empress, but when you mix the empress with the queen of cups, you do get a lump or two, if I do say so myself, of that high priestess energy. Okay. Um, Man, somebody's got a placeholder that really I'm hearing took them for their money. This was because this person was operating in the shadow energy. This person could be Capricorn. Doesn't have to be the case. But this could be, especially if you know this person to be in the limelight, to be in the celebrity lifestyle, to be in the uh, entertainment industry, whether music or, you know, otherwise. They could have fallen prey to some incubus succubus energy and or some karmics. And this is what caused more confusion and more setbacks in the connection. All right, their actual their actual intuition was operating under an illusion. So this person could not see you for what you are and what you were the whole time. And now they realize that, though. So I'm not making excuses for this person, but this person feels like shit. All right, they're not even happy with it. It's not even like it's not even like a situation where it's like, oh, I got this thing going with Betty. Me and Betty are connected. Me and Betty are together. Me and Betty are married, right? And it's not like on the other side of this epiphany that the guy is going, but Betty's so great. I really still like am enamored by Betty. No, this is giving like, damn, you just woke up in the bed you made in and lied in, huh? Right? Like all at once. It's giving regret. It's giving compulsion to drink, compulsion to ensue down the rabbit hole of depression, mood swings, right? So this person is, okay, in current energies and or recent past, picking themselves up by the bootstraps here, though, okay? They're coming out. Okay, you know, this is so twin flamey. I have to make note of it because we were already talking about the Empress and the Emperor, and we were already talking about the Queen of Cups twice over, right? And now we're looking at the King of Cups. Just saying, okay? Um, this person could be in movies, doesn't have to be the case. There could be some significance to movies it's coming out, whether you you know, enjoy flicks together, whether you enjoy going to the theater together, or a theater of sorts, or whether someone works in a theater of sorts, whether on or off the stage. Doesn't have to be the case, you guys. But this person is actively manifesting you. They could be implementing the Nikola Tesla 369 method, but they're at least journaling, scripting perhaps, okay? Because there's not, it's almost like on the other side of waking up. This is, now my guides are giving me that scene in the Matrix. I think it's the first one when Neo like actually unplugs, and he's like, for the first time, he's like, what the, like, there's like babies in these columns, there's bodies in these columns, like, what do you mean, like they're harvesting, like, what do you mean, like I was in this whole illusion. There was that word again, right? Of course, illusion does high key connect to matrix energy. This person could have been very matrix oriented, right? Even referable to mindset and lifestyle, okay? And you're all like priestess energy, like walking on clouds and water and stuff, right? Like just making, you know, a joke out of the illusion, perhaps, right? And that could have been quite disgruntling because this person's like, what the? It's still going back to that Neo energy when he unplugs. And you know that shit was painful, right? It's giving a sacrifice for the chance of rebirth, right? And this is exactly the type of energy that's ensuing with your person and around this person. And they're still hell bent on manifesting more adventures with you here, Divine Feminine. They're still intentional about building a beautiful life together with you. And the crazy thing is, how do you know something until you know it, right? Like this person made decisions, said thoughts, or excuse me, said thoughts. Yep, that's accurate, really, but said words, okay? And they were intentional about them. They were present about them. But however, were they? Because they were operating under illusion the whole time. That might be a lot to wrap your head around here, Divine Feminine. Let's talk about it, right? Or even Divine Masculine, Cross Watcher, however this makes sense. It's like, how could that be? Like, am I me? Like, am I being truthful with me? Am I authentic? Right? And maybe this is something that this person struggled with on top of this illusion energy, which makes sense because why wouldn't they? When you're not operating in your own authenticity, you're much more easily controllable. And again, we saw submission spells and sex magic come out the deck. Just saying, okay? This person saying, this world is full of beauty and I can't wait to see it all with you. You know, this is what they want. It's giving 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles vibes. I'm not looking at that, but I am looking at the King of Cups. I am looking at the Ace of Wands. I am looking at the 3 of Wands, the 4 of Wands, and the 2 of Wands. That's a lot of passion, if I do say so myself. Okay, this Divine Masculine, maybe there is some significance to the wand. Okay, maybe they had some scares about it, or you know, health situationships about it, and this could all be going back to that sex magic that was performed on them, whether it's a literal physical issue and or dare I say a metaphysical issue, because you're not supposed to be casting pearls before swine here, Divine Masculine, right? Same deal for the Divine Feminines, right? But often it seems like the Divine Feminines are the first to catch on to that truth, so we're talking about it. Divine Masculine, please catch up. Okay. But I digress. All right, this person is coming in with clarity and truth. Okay, this person is coming in with an apology. This person is coming in much, much sooner than maybe we've ever talked about. Okay, this person has undergone rebirth. There is some significance to ancient Egyptian ancestors and ancient Egyptian divine, excuse me, I said ancient Egyptian, and ancient divine blood, but hey, it's coming out Egyptian twice again. um And this person saying, the thought of you still does things to me. You are replaceable. I'm still haunted by my actions. Again, this is like Neo, like literally, it's like unplugging, like, like what? You know? And they're saying, would you give me the chance to make things right between us? You know, they want to know. Like, they're mindful that they can't actually, like, really kind of strong arm your free will out of your hands, right? So please don't feel like they're coming in any kind of bull in the china shop type of energy here, Divine Feminine, if that's you. In the meantime, you may want to work with unakite, carolite, and or garnet, all right? But you are to know that, you know, for those resonating with this and you're wanting this person to come back and you're wanting to keep the ball moving forward and you're wanting to continue out the soul contract, okay? You know, please know that this is an answered prayer, all right? It's coming to you. Please have patience, all right? Please know you are protected. This connection is protected. It's too spiritual not to be, if that makes sense, all right? That's coming out with the Carolite message. And Garnet here, interestingly enough, talks about purification and detoxification. So this could, you know, cross-watcher, you know, if you know you've been rocking with the bottle too many nights and too hard, okay, maybe work with some garnet. It does also assist with heart space matters, right? Clearing, cleansing. Assists with allowing you to release physical and energetic toxins from your life, from your physicality, yes, but also like your emotional body, your metaphysical and auric fields, okay? So again, that was unakite, carolite, and garnet, all right? All fairly inexpensive, if I do say so myself, depending on, you know, what other aspects of their aesthetic there are. But usually, even a raw garnet, you guys, is pretty cheap. I'm not exactly certain on the carolite. That might be the most expensive one, but unakite, same deal. You can go to the craft store generally and find some unakite there. All right. I'm going to, for this pile, consult the first, middle, or last name, initials, and chart placements deck for you for this one. The intention is to hone in on the person on your minds-ish, okay, with a chart placement and or first, middle, or last name initial. It could come out flip-flopped and it'd be your own-ish, right? And it could be nobody's-ish, all right? So only take what resonates here. If the message resonates, that stands, okay? It's not predicated upon, you know, your person's name being spelled out of this deck or anything. I'm so serious, all right? Utilize that intuition. It does work for you and not against you. And I'm going to be ringing the bell in just a few short moments for our final call on the free Yes No Tarot. Please, if you are ignorant to the live stream rules, take heed to that description box. Scroll all the way down, all the way, okay? And look for the millions and zillions of asterisks there at the bottom indicating live stream rules in all capital letters. And please be a dear to follow all of them so that you continue to protect yourselves karmically. All right, the best way I can say it. I love and light my collective. I love it. I'm a lover, not a fighter, you guys, right? So I don't really have a heart in the matter to be all like, you know, get them, make them pay kind of thing. And so that's why I'm giving the heads up. It's not to make anyone feel frightened. I'm not here doing anything against anyone, and I'm not on that type of time. But I'm mindful that some people, a lot of people are, right? And so, you know, heads up if that should be you finding this channel and you thought you were going to do a little something, something, you're going to get a lot of something, something on the back end karmically, and it's getting repercussions. And it's not anything I'm doing. I'm very protected and I'm very blessed, as is my collective, and I'm very protective over my blessed collective as well. So again, karmic repercussions. Thank you for not stealing energy. And thank you for participating energetically as well. I hope you're getting something positive out of it, because that's the intent, all right? We don't rock with fear here. I don't like that spirit, if I do say so myself. So again, you guys, energies could be flip-flopped. I'm saying this is your person's ish, and it's yours, right? I'm hearing the name Maria. This could be somebody's middle name specifically. All right. We've got L at the bottom of the deck. I'm looking at J. Somebody's nickname or initials could be LJ. Whether first, middle, or last name initial, you guys, whether on the part of you or your persons. We've got HM. Maybe somebody loves that store H&M. That makes me think of that. We've got I. We've got S. Maybe somebody's name is Isis, okay, or somebody works with Isis. We've got B. We've got O. We've got P, and that's a bop, if I do say so myself. No, let me stop. We've got A. We've got G. Maybe somebody's from Georgia. Atlanta specifically. We've got R and P. Maybe somebody works in PR. Doesn't have to be the case. Maybe somebody needs some PR, okay? Especially if you resonate as that celebrity energy. We've got Leo and Gemini coming out for chart placements, as well as Aquarius. There's that Capricorn, all right, I had already channeled. We've got Scorpio coming out, as well as Pisces from the deck. And Libra, Virgo, oops, Cancer, a little shy there, trying to hide under Virgo, interestingly enough. Maybe somebody's got both Virgo and Cancer placements in their chart. Doesn't have to be the case. And last, but certainly never least, Taurus, all right? So, bell has rung. I know I have done my part. Thank you for doing your own. Thank you for informing yourselves of the live stream rules, so that we don't have to have that talk, all right, that goes, you're not following the live stream rules, right? I swear I'm going to get one of those recordable buttons. I'm just going to hit it like, boop, because I'm so tired of talking about it. If I do say so myself, like, my goodness, right? Might as well just get a button for that. You didn't ask me that, Eat Me, but, you know, definitely take preventative measures, right? So that that doesn't bite you. Okay, let's see. Gosh, Eat Me, I wish you were on that Facebook group. You could take pictures and we could all chime in, right? But we've got yes. Some aspect of that will assist you with balancing other aspects of your space as well, right? So maybe even if you integrate some... I'm sorry, honey. Maybe if you integrate some form of like shelf space, you could actually, you know, assist yourself organizationally as well as aesthetically, right? Because you know what, your place should be to some degree aesthetically pleasing, right? Irregardless of how much it costs or, you know, how much it's worth. Because, you know, you want to feel special in your sacred space because you deserve that and you are that. Makes sense. But that's a yes, Eat Me. Oh, I see. I see. Mm. So it's giving no, you'll be fine. You're not going to be bitten. All right. I checked, Eat Me. You're going to be good. All right, so anyone else? Wait, okay, let me see here. Lovely, watch the old live. Is it going to count? Yes, Janice, watch the old live stream videos, please and thank you. They're usually the longer ones, and that counts. Yeah, it all counts, right? Even if you only have 15 seconds, okay, you could watch a short. It counts. But really, the goal is to really kind of get the numbers up fast. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, it's been, the past few weeks has been a little bit arduous, if I do say so myself. And for your girl to come on here reasonably, it's just been, it's seeming like an uphill battle some days, if I do say so myself. I'm mindful it's not literally the case. But, I've been putting forth a lot of effort to be on here for these live streams because I'm mindful that the collective, you do enjoy those mostly. And then often, sometimes I don't even have space on my devices to be able to actually edit the videos, which also is a lot of effort. And so, I'm mindful that I'm not here, for money, right? But I've just been really telling the universe, like, thank you for making this easier because I really do enjoy being here. This is one of my happy places. And of course, I love and light all of my collective, right? Whether we just met or whether we will just meet. I said what I said, right? Um, but the easier the better, right? I'm not really of a mindset anymore to break my back over much of anything, right? And I'm definitely not a lazy person, so there's that. I know it's not like me just not wanting to push myself. But I do really want to get to the place where, at least YouTube is helping padding like the situation so I'm not having to make up for what I'm like sacrificing while I'm on here with you guys, if that makes sense. Budgetarily, at least. Okay. So thank you for assisting me. And you guys, as you help me, you're helping so many others because here's the sitch. Going back to rulers, principalities, and ish, right? Um, Shadow bans are annoying, okay? They're not conducive to allowing other individuals to really get a leg up, okay? And so, of course, I'm here to assist those individuals with doing just that, video by video, even. And so, of course, though the algorithm should be, doing what it's supposed to be doing, and of course, the divine universe is in control of my algorithm, of my channel, right? Confirmation. I'm just mindful that I do want all of us to kind of participate in the work smart, not just hard mentality, even referable to manifestation. Okay. And so this is just one aspect of that. Okay. And it has to do with the channel, yes, but it's still one aspect of that. So as we learn and grow, and as we collectively intend, and as we collectively keep ourselves built up in our purpose, the path becomes a lot more beautiful and a lot more widespread, excuse me, with that beauty. And I stand for that, right? That's why I celebrate you guys. When you come on, you say, I have a win, I have a testimony, right? I got a new job. I've got, several choices now where I feared I had none just a few short days or weeks ago, right? And I love to talk about that. And I wholeheartedly celebrate you. I'm not doing any kind of celebration for, any kind of gimmick or, just to keep up appearances. I wholeheartedly celebrate you. I celebrate your existence. I celebrate the fact that you have yet to give up. All right. And I thank you for that wholeheartedly because as you are actioning out and believing and living like the royal divinity you are assisting the collective consciousness. Because people go, well, how'd you get that? Well, how'd you maintain that? Or how are you walking on water? How are you walking on clouds, right? And you'll be wise enough and built up enough to share exactly how, if you should deem fit that they should have access to you, because that's another thing, right? You don't want to be telling opposition, all aspects of your strength and capabilities. If when you check with your divine um, energies that back you, they're saying, no, walk away, right? Be protective of your energy. And as you should, okay? So there's that. But thank you for those that actually will assist. I really appreciate you guys. I'm not here not doing my part to assist me and the channel, as it were, with that. But it is great to have support, okay? And you're talking to someone who hasn't really had a whole host of that in moon cycles past. And I'm excited to see the fruits of my manifestation regarding just that. And I'm already celebrating our win on this. I'm already celebrating the support that I've received in this, because you guys have been really supportive, most of you from day one, even, right? Even if just energetically, all right? So I don't want anyone getting it twisted. I'm not here just for money, but I do deserve a little bit more comfortability to be able to do what I love to come here and do, so that I'm not, always burning the midnight oil, as it were. Or if I am, I'm on here with you guys having fun at it, okay? Just saying, if I do say so myself. And I know I'm worthy of that, so I'm not ashamed to talk about it. And I encourage you guys to take on the same sentiment, if you haven't already, about your own stuff and what you got going on. Makes sense? All right. Let me just do one last cursory sweep here to make sure that we haven't skipped over anybody. And I really do have to get on with the getting on with the live stream for the moderators. Do I have moderators on here with me? We've got to talk. All over the... One step at a time, eat me. You can't, you know how they say, if you were going to eat an elephant, right? You couldn't do it in one bite anyhow, right? It's okay. Just give yourself the grace and take breaks as needed, but keep going, all right? When you can. I know you have that, I guess, some form of protest or something, but, you know, work-life balance is a thing too. You guys, you can't be out there for every other person's cause if you have yet to finish honoring your own cause, or honoring what your own needs and, foundational needs are, all right? And if you know you've utilized your intuition, and in spite of what it looks like, feels like you're in alignment, then so be it, okay? So there's that. But moderators, I don't know if I have you on here with me. Maybe you left. It's interesting. Okay, you're teaching? Okay, seashells, I see you. So obviously I'm late for the live stream, right? And bear with me, you guys. I'm talking to my moderators right now. Seashells, I didn't forget about you. Hold on. Bear with me, because when I hop off here, I actually have to get back into the system a certain way to be able to create that link. And that's going to take me some time. I will shoot out the link as soon as possible. My apologies for the lateness. But of course, you see exactly why I was late. I never really know exactly how much time I need from one live stream to the next. And I never really know how many people are coming on, how many free tarot messages I'm giving away. So I'm also not here to half-ass the messages that I know I have to eke out. So thank you for understanding in that. And hopefully we can get squared away, and I'm, able to be consistent in a way that's conducive to your own schedules about these moderator live stream sessions. Again, I started this with the understanding that we would have a lot more people on the live streams eventually. And so eventually moderators coming on for the free yes, no would be phased out. But I haven't phased that out yet, okay? And so hopefully that makes up for the lack of consistency from last month to this month, apparently. That is something that I'm definitely taking notes about and looking to do away with, because I personally, chalk up to my Virgo chart placements or not, I like consistency and I like order a lot. So definitely not for not trying, but forgive me for also not being perfect if you've gotta. I feel like the sentiment and the expectation shouldn't be there for any one of us, yourselves included, and of course including me, to be perfect. But in case that was, something that you were ferreting through, referable to the lack of consistency from last month to this month, please know I am always intending to do my best, always and in all ways. And sometimes it just is what it is, all right? That's also, too, why we talk about divine timing. Go figure, right? But seashells, let's get your question answered and get you out of here. And so we can start with that moderator live stream session. Thank you, moderators, for coming on and assisting as often as you have done and as thoroughly as you have done. And I do hope to see you over on the live. All right. Once I get that email link emailed out to you and you join, okay? So let's see about Laura. Gosh, that's a yes. Okay. Oh, it's a happy, like, humble abode. Yes. Like, happy, what do they call it? Happy homestead. Oh, this is really good. This is divinely supported. So, yes, to you and Laura. All right. So, seashells, thanks for your patience, babe. All right, you guys, I gotta go. I'm running late. Okay, I'm running late for the meeting. Golly, it's Saturday. It's feeling like a Monday. Let me stop. Much love and light, you guys. Thanks for hopping on. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for assisting with getting the watch hours up. Thanks for telling a friend. Thanks for telling your mama. All right, maybe they need some of these messages too. Just saying. Okay, thanks for sharing the video. Thanks for joining the Facebook group. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for posting in there. My goodness, we've got activity amped up all over the place over there, and I don't mind. It's funny. It's informing. And it's beautiful, some of it. Just saying. All right, so if you're saying, what the heck, check the description box below for the links and for the Facebook group information. All right, and let's get to exchanging, all right, what all you've got to talk about and share. All right, if you're working on what do they call it? DIY projects, if you're working on getting healthier, right? You're welcome to share all of that. Just keep it supportive and empowering, right? Not depressive, broke, busted, disgusted, dejected, right? Well, that's the old paradigm, right? We're not even there. We're in the new earth. Makes sense. All right. So I'm excited to see what all you have to share with your girl and the collective over there as well in that Facebook group. But this is where I leave you. I want you to know you are amazing. Thank you for getting through another week. Please enjoy your weekend. All right. And don't forget to smile, you guys. I love you guys so, so much. I really, really, truly, honestly do. And I thank you for being part of my path. Much love and light.